Leaked? Okay, no. Cinna earned her stripes a long time ago. What is this?
Where where she's stay active and athletic and shit. But but Brittany's not one to really get in beef with people and stuff. Where she's got to be out there fighting and shit. She did have some beef with my next door neighbor one time, which is kind of crazy, because Brittany was like really mouthing off to her, and I was like, oh shit, like, damn, like that's a hood chick.
I did. I'm surprised he even told that story because that was really bad. That was really bad. Do you guys want to know the story? Like, because he's okay, to be fair, he's saying it in a way that's like kind of wrong. Okay? That's kind of wrong. Because I wasn't just mouthing off for like no reason. What happened was in our neighborhood, parking is not like super easy to park. Okay? It's not super easy. Everything's kind of tight together. And most all the neighbors, they like know each other. Like I live in a neighborhood where all the neighbors know each other. We all grew up together. So everyone is really tight. And also, in my neighborhood, you don't call the cops. Unless you're being like robbed or something, you don't call the cops. You go talk to your neighbors. If you have a problem, why are you involving the police? Just talk to the fucking people that you're mad at, okay? And so my car was parked in front of our house where I normally always park, okay? I wasn't parked in a spot that was blocking them by any means. And this lady, she decided one day that she had to turn her car at a slight angle in order to get out. They were like new neighbors. So she just decided to call the cops. All right. And again, like it's at like 8 a.m. I at the time was like working a normal job too. Okay. I was working a normal job. I was going to college and she called the cops. And so I get woken up at like 7 in the morning by a cop at my door. And he's like, hey ma'am, I need you to move your car because your car is like, the neighbors were complaining about where it was parked. And I was like, well, I always park it this way. First of all, we've never had an issue with it before. But then I also said, is she like blocked in? Like, could she not leave? Because I didn't hear anybody knock on our door. And he goes, oh no, she got out just fine. So then I said, so wait, so it wasn't blocking her driveway? And he's like, no. And then the cop goes, to be honest with you, I'm actually confused as to why she even called me if she could get out, because you're not blocking her driveway, but I just wanted to let you know that she called us so that way, in case she causes any more issues, it's not a problem for you. And I was like, okay, well, thank you for letting me know. It's fine. And so I go to work that morning. Okay. And then I came back on my lunch break because I needed to get stuff for school because I was going to college after I got done being in class till like 5 p.m. Right? So I show up at the house and it's like middle of the day. My dad is inside. I'm pretty sure he's inside. And the neighbor is walking by. And when I pull up in my driveway, I let her know very politely in the nicest way I can. I say, hey, by the way, I'm pretty sure you're the one that called the cops this morning, right? And she goes, yeah. And I said, okay, just for future reference, I live next door. If you need to get out, you could just knock on my door and ask me. But my car wasn't even parked blocking your driveway. But I was like, we're neighbors. We can be civil. If you have a problem with me, then just knock on my door. Don't bring the cops to the door. And that's like weird. Like everybody in the neighborhood thought she was weird as fuck. I feel like that was very valid. Because I was like, I'll be willing to give you my phone number. So if there's a problem, you just ask me. Like, just ask me. And then this is the only time I've ever really gotten like a serious altercation. She starts like freaking the fuck out. Being like, you young bitch, who the fuck do you think you're talking to, bitch? Da 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 da. And so I'm like in my car, right? Like I haven't even gotten out of my car. And I said, I'm talking to you. Like, there is no one else that I'm talking to. I'm talking to you. She goes, you fucking bitch. I'll beat your ass right now. Da 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 da. And I said, no, you won't. No, you won't. I was like, you're not. Because if you want to play the cop calling game, you know what I mean? We can bring them right back if you want to do that. Yeah, that's what I thought. You know, oh, you're not going to call the cops for this, but suddenly you're calling the cops now when you want to fight me? Like, bitch, what? So then, or when you want me to move my car, huh? So then, I told her, I said, no, you're not. I said, no, you're not. I'm going to go back to what I'm doing because I have a real ass job. And you stay here and be mad. I really don't give a fuck. Okay. Yo, Logan Ball, thank you for the sub. And Recon, thank you for the sub as well. And Larry, thank you for the prime. So I told her, I said, I got to go to my real ass job. You have fun being a bum at home. You know what I mean? Goodbye. That's it. I tried to be civil. You weren't civil. And then we move on. And so she started mouthing off. And I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly, my sister was with me. And she starts mouthing off to my sister, which I don't like. So I was like, then she starts walking up to my car. And this is when like I had just gotten my car. Like my car is like relatively like newer at the time. Ziggy, thank you so much for the sub. I appreciate it. Big Jack, thank you for the sub. My car was relatively newer at the time. So she starts running up to my car, like banging on the window. And I was like, bitch, you call the cops on me for parking my car. You have lost your fucking mind. If you break this window, you're done. If you break this window, you're done. I dare you. I was like, I dare you to break this window. Hit it. I fucking dare you. And then she's like yelling, da 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 da. And then her mom comes outside. Okay, her mom. And her mom was like, yo, get back in the house. Like pulls her inside. And then I felt like a jackass, okay? Because her mom goes, hey, like, can we like talk like outside? And I was like, yeah, like I'm very civil. You know what I mean? I was like, I don't know why the fuck she's freaking out. I'm very reasonable. And the mom is like, yeah, I just want you to know, like, she just, you know, got cheated on by her husband and shit. So she's kind of tweaking right now, you know? So like, I'm really sorry if she's like bugging out on you and da 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 da. And I was like, no, it's good. Like I told her, I was like, no, it's good. Come to find out, this woman, okay, I felt bad because I was like, yo, like if she's going through something, I don't want to like cause more problems. But I felt like I was relatively reasonable, right? Like I was reasonable. Okay, then what my dad is talking about, come to find out, this lady knows my dad. Okay? And then she actually gets into a conversation with my dad and apologizes to my father the moment she realizes who my dad is. Because she goes, oh, Will, I used to know you in high school and da 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 da. Like, I'm so, and I'm like, bitch, the fuck, like, you're only sorry now. She goes, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. This is what I remember what she said is she goes, me and your daughter got like in a little bit of a disagreement, but like, you know, it's all water under the bridge now. And I was like, first of all, you didn't even apologize to me or nothing. You know what I mean? Like, she never apologized. She never said anything to me. And the only person who did is her mom. And then also, then she turned around and was like, oh, Will, I'm so sorry. And I'm like 90% sure she was flirting with my dad. Like, I'm 90% sure she was flirting with my dad. I was like, dude, the only reason you back down is because you're flirting with my dad. That's crazy. No, don't say W aura, okay? It is not my dad's aura. Damn, I can't believe my dad told that story because that was actually we got like a full-on argument outside. I was not having it. I could not, but the whole thing is because I was like, you know, I was like, why are you calling the cops in a neighborhood when you could just be friends with your neighbors? Chat, let that be a lesson to you. You don't need to like, you know, do the most. You could just, you know, be friends with your neighbors because being friends with your neighbors is really good. It's really good for you. You should do it. That lady was fucking nuts. I'm pretty sure actually they got evicted from that house because I'm pretty sure they weren't like taking care of it and doing like some wild shit. So Papa's, oh wait, no, didn't they have crack in that house? Am I tripping? Was that the same person? It might have been. Yo, Papa's, thank you so much for the 5 gifted. I appreciate that a lot. Thank you for the 5 gifted. I appreciate that very much, man. That is very nice of you. Thank you. I appreciate that. That was very nice. No, I think they were the people that they were selling like hardcore drugs at that house. I'm pretty sure. Yeah, they sucked. Thank you for the 5 gifted, Papas. I appreciate that a lot. And 2, Phil, thank you so much for the prime as well. Thank you, man. They were wild. They were wild. But you know, it's cool. It's better, chat. No. Don't say I've had some crazy ass neighbors. I told you guys about Mullet Woman. That was a crazy time. I've told you guys about the crack neighbors. I've told you guys, did I ever tell you guys about the neighbors down the street? That they had like a hoarder house? That was crazy. It was a wild, wild, wild time. I had a wild ass neighborhood. No? I never told you guys that? Oh yeah, it's wild. But there's a bunch of crazy stuff going on back then in that neighborhood. That neighborhood was nuts. Anyways,